Okay, so that main question I get asked all the time is, which calculator do I need in order to sit maths and numeracy GCSE? Now, in terms of when we're going to get these, now year 9s are currently studying the GCSE course, so my advice would be they need a calculator ASAP. They need to have one of these Casio calculators in their bags from the beginning of year 9 and have it with them right through to the end of year 11. Those of you that are studying now as adults, you need one of these calculators, and don't get drawn into that false sense of security, going into Wilkinson's, going into Tesco's, obviously all the other shops, and seeing a cheap scientific calculator for a £5 and put it in your basket. Please don't, because it can't do half the functions that you really need, which WJEC specification are asking for. So just bear that in mind. Right, just to show you a couple of calculators on the board here that don't break the bank, but they do exactly what you need them to. So here then, I've got, you can see obviously I've just print screened this or screenshot it from Amazon. You can clearly see that. So I've got the Casio FX83 GTX. Now, I can guarantee some of you, you've already gone and bought a calculator. It says Casio on it. So you think, oh, Casio, it must be right. Please be careful, okay? Even Casio will have produced cheaper calculators which don't have the functions of which you need for GCSE. So Casio FX83 GTX. This is the new model, okay? It came out last year. It is a fantastic calculator. You can see here, you can get it next day delivery from Amazon Prime for just over a tenner. Now, some of you might think that, oh, £10 a lot to spend on a calculator. It's really, really not, okay? Some pens out there are £4 or £5 for one pen. A tenner for a calculator that will last years and years, as long as you look after it, is not much to fork out for. Especially when you think of a maths textbook, you could be looking up to £30 just for a textbook. So a tenner is not that much for a calculator. You could get it in black, you could have it in blue, could even have it in pink as well. But let's talk about the functions of these calculators that you really need, okay? You need the sine, cos and tan for trigonometry. You need the power buttons, you need the bracket buttons, but the main one is this fraction button. When you press the fraction button, the fraction is clearly displayed on the screen. You can see a numerator and a denominator. When you have those, you can clearly see what you're typing in before you press equals. Otherwise, what happens with the old cheaper ones, you tend to put something into the calculator. Again, you can't see a fraction on other calculators, but it's like a rolling total or a rolling sum of which you're completing on the calculator. Here, type it all in across the screen, equals, it's done for you. And that way you can check before you press equals that you've written everything correctly. Exactly the same with the blue one. And then there's this one here, okay? This technically is the older model from those there. So it is the FX83 GT Plus, but you'll notice I found this picture here again from Amazon because you can see the fraction button here. These are surds, okay? It might look completely alien to you. They look like a square root symbol, which they are, but we call these surds, which is end of year 11 at higher tier. So again, it's still GCSE work, which you can't really do those with any other calculators apart from these. Fraction button, sine, cos and tan for trigonometry, all these different functions. Now, as teachers, we demonstrate using these calculators. There are other ones of which we are familiar with. However, these make it easier for the learner in order to completely access the full WJC specification. So my advice, have a look at that one. I will, at the bottom of this video, I will put the link. I'll put a hyperlink to Amazon. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by Amazon, obviously, but it's the easiest place of where we can buy things now, especially with the next day delivery. That's amazing. So, tenner for a calculator, it's not bad, and it will do as much as you need it to throughout the whole of the GCSE specification. Hope it helps.